This is so exciting. The next chapter in Pianobook, and we'll be announcing later what it's going to be called. We have struggled with the name over the years because it's a cheap copy of Facebook, which it's not a website I particularly like, to be honest, and also it's more than pianos. It's about the bringing together of ideas and people, their stories, their sounds, their instruments, and their personal histories, being involved with those instruments. And this is what I'm really looking forward to getting back to with Pianobook. I've put my channel back up on Pianobook, and I don't have all my sounds up, but I know a lot of you have been asking after the claustrophobic piano, so that's up. Go and grab it. I'm really proud of that one. The effort that went to making it involved a lot of duvets, I seem to remember. This is going to be just like the good old days with Pianobook back in the day, an organic process. And I think what made Pianobook successful originally was us being open and transparent, and we want to do that with you. So there is actually going to be a website for you to go to. We're putting a blog up there of our process. And I've got an idea. I don't think we should hang about. I think we should get together and collaborate on something. Basically, it's not cheap running Pianobook, and I don't want to rush into any hasty decisions regarding investment. I'd like to play with the idea of possibly crowdsourcing, but also I'd like to have a town hall with you guys. So if you can make it to London on the 7th of November, that'd be fantastic. I've got an Eventbrite linked in the video description down below. It'd be great if you RSVP'd, so we had an idea of numbers, whether it's going to be getting around a table in a coffee shop or whether we'll need something a little bit bigger. We'll naturally broadcast it live and everyone can be a part of this conversation. So as I say, I really don't want to make any hard and fast decisions until we've gotten together. However, I'm currently in another startup called Crow Hill on this channel, and therefore don't have a brass farthing to rub together. So we will need to band-aid the cash flow situation, and I have an idea. Why don't we do one of our collaborations? Why don't we create a sample library together, and then we'll sell it for a voluntary price. So if you want to buy it for a £5, you can. If you want to buy it for £100, you can. Whatever your ability, whatever your setup, you can contribute to this, even if it's just some iPhone footage. All I need is some shorts, some short notes, and some longs. So a short note is boom, something like that. A long note is boom. Now, if your instrument only goes boom, then make a long note by repeatedly hitting it in a way that's kind of quite random, like boom, 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 boom. So it's a guitar or a piano. Just randomly, not evenly spaced, just randomly. So boom, boom, or boom, 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 boom. There's one rule, which is going to be the new rule of Pianobook. The original source material has to be something that you've made using a microphone or a pickup or an analog oscillator. The reason for that is digital sample-based libraries, even if you mess around with them, the copyright behind them is complex. And I want the next chapter in Pianobook to be about humanity, not about artificial intelligence, not about us copying and recycling what has gone before. So if you don't even have an instrument, if it's a fire extinguisher or a radiator that's got a nice tone, just send us that. As many notes as you can, as few as you're able. So please send away. If you can include some video footage, it doesn't need to be synchronized. we'll just make sure that we include all video footage that's supplied. Anyone who supplies any audio will be credited and part of this historic event. And the reason why I'm being so loose with the brief, if many of you recall, the first one we did with a squeaky gate, and then we did it with some bagpipes. The reason why I'm wanting for you to find a tone that you like is that I want it to be a library that people want, because the short-term success of the next iteration of PIANOBOOK will rely upon this. So it would be great if you get all of your submissions into me by the 1st of November, and I'm going to be doing loads and loads of submissions myself. To remind you, what was it Stephen said? I'm going to be the CRO of the new PIANOBOOK, the chief reminding officer. So if you get it to us by November the 1st, then what I'll hope to do in person, IRL, in real life, in London on the 7th, is take you through where we're at and how noisy it probably is at that point. But it'd be great to involve you in this collaborative effort. Right, so information about this challenge is to be found at the blog that is on the landing page of what will become the next iteration of PIANOBOOK. And the URL for that is so that's audioincubator.com. I hope you like it, and I'm hoping that it becomes known as Audio Inc., which I think has a nice double entendre about it. Do let us know what you think. It's not the final logo. We've commissioned a fantastic graphic designer to do the logo. In the interim, though, PIANOBOOK's going to still be going. We've moved it onto our own servers, and as I said, I've restored my channel, albeit with just the one instrument for the time being, till we work out how to automate getting all of my other stuff on. Much love to you all, and thanks in advance for joining us on this next chapter in our journey. There are really, truly exciting times ahead. See you next time. Subscribe, like, all of that stuff.